Hey guys, um, yeah, you can't make as many mistakes as we did. Uh, offense, defense, special teams, and expect to win a game. Um, the message to the boys is that really proud of them. They fight, they fight, they fight to the end. They compete, and I love them for that. And there's a 24-hour rule, but we got to get better. If we're gonna win games, we got to get better. Starts with me. And the message to them is everything matters. Everything they do in a 24-hour period, every single day, it matters. And what they bring to the table and what the value they bring to the brotherhood matters. So, painful loss, feel for those boys, but they play their butts off, and I'm proud of them for that.
Did you think with all the penalties and missed opportunities, this is more of a self-inflicted loss? And were you a little bit disappointed that there are so many penalties this late in the season?
No, I think there's a whole bunch of things, right? It's penalties, and Utah State's a good team. They're the Mountain West reigning champs, and right now they're in a hot streak right now, and we knew that they were going to be difficult, and there's a lot of things just off the top of the head, penalties, interceptions, miscues, two explosive plays on defense, one in that first drive, a drop punt. Those things are. It's hard to come back and win from those, and so need to be better in all phases.
Coach, what do you take from this game, as the team, fought back in the second half, and what is the improvements that, you mentioned starts with you, but what are the improvements that have to be made?
Yeah, I keep seeing the improvements. I keep thinking back to when we were in spring and when we were in fall camp. A Vanderbilt game. Finding out what we have, and I see them. I see these improvements every day. I see them every week. I see. I'm with the offense a lot, special teams, defense. Defensive effort, defensive rally to the ball. Those guys tackling, and we can still get better in some of those areas, but definitely there's improvement with the receivers and how they move and how they get back to the ball and things like that. And there's still mistakes. There's still a lot of mistakes out there, and so what I take from it is is that these guys, there's no quitting them. And they've been working throughout the week. It's just right now. It's just right now collectively as a staff and as a team. It's not good enough, right? And we're losing these close battles and these come down to the wire finishes. And to rectify it and to correct it, you got to work harder. You got to work harder. You got to be smarter. You got to understand all the little intricacies and what it's going to take to win. You got to have a mindset that you're going to do whatever it takes to win, and that's where we got to get. That's the improvement we have to take.
Coach, the record might not be what you guys want, but in all those games, all those close battles, you guys fell just short. You guys seem to be fighting to the very end, especially tonight. What are the kind of conversations that go on during the sideline in these games that aren't necessarily going your way, or how does this team keep fighting or so resilient throughout these games this season?
I think one, it starts with the love that they have for each other. That they feel bad after they there's something that they do that they know they do better, right? And so they want to get it back. And the thing that we just got to keep talking about and just keep moving on is go to the next play, whether it's good or bad. Just go to the next play. But these guys, they play for each other. They play hard for each other. We just got to be better. We got to make more plays.
Hey, Coach, they got the pick six to go up, I believe, 17 points with under 5 minutes left. From that point on, those final kind of desperate possessions, what did you see that you liked and didn't like, and anything you would try to do over, slightly change, or were you just happy with how close you guys came at that point?
No, yeah, the pick six and the pick six with 5 minutes left, that one hurt. We're still in striking distance. With 5 minutes left, down 10, and got the ball in hand. Say you go down and score all 3 timeouts are left. We get a stop that puts us in with 1 possession left, but to come back from a three possession deficit, it's tough. It's tough. And these guys, when we watch the film, these guys are going to learn from it. The guy ran underneath the routes. Good job by that guy. There's things that we can control to be better, whether it's a better ball, better route, and those type of things. And so we just got to get better. We have to get better.
Coach, a lot of your losses in the Mountain West have really most of them have been by really single digits. Is the kind of feeling and maybe the message to the fan base that this team is not that far away from competing? It's just, as you mentioned, a few more, things you got to work on. But is there that sense going into next year that this team is not that far away?
Yeah, I wish. I wish we won those games. I wish we could win these close games. I really want to go off on a high note, and so we have some great momentum, heading into our offseason. But, we're playing for these seniors. These seniors to me mean everything. They didn't leave the program. They stayed here. They're playing for this damn state, and that's what I love. I chose to stay home and play for the state. And for them to stay here, that's all that matters. And I love these boys. I want to send these guys off the right note. But definitely there's a lot of young guys. If you peel back the layers on some of these plays and the amount of guys that we have in there that, we got walk-on freshmen playing, starting on some of these phases, and it's awesome. To me, it's awesome because I know that these boys are going to be ready in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years. And so happy about that. But for these seniors, it means everything. I want to send these guys on the right note. And they put their heart, their effort, their soul, the Il Mannings, the Panay Pavihis, the JTs, the Blessmans, the Vanderpools, the Hops, Willie Kausman, Hugh Nelson, I want it for those guys. I really do, DP and Zion, Caleb. I'll always. It's like I just said. I just was hugging my tight end that I had. He's a walk-on tight end. He's like the best defensive end in this damn conference, and I love him. We tell each other we love you, and this is for life. And that's how I feel with these seniors in this class. This relationship's for life.
Hey, Coach. That last offensive drive you guys get down to the 1. Was, I guess, the plan to spike it on 3rd down regardless, or was it you guys went to score as soon as possible?
Yeah, I think Fresno kind of ended up in the same situation. The analytic book, you're down 2 scores, a field goal and a touchdown. In these kind of scenarios, the enemy is the clock. So you can try to get in. We try to run the ball in. Penetration inside probably held us. Got to go watch the film. Hopefully we got in. Try to do it again. But to clock it, score, and then try to get the onside kick, we just wish we got in with more time because time's the enemy at that point, right? And so, we made a hell of a play. They called a timeout. Shakes threw the ball to Tylen. Tylen got all the way down inside there, and too bad we couldn't get in, and then being down 3 and trying to onside kick that thing. But it is what it is. But you try to manage the game as best as possible, and there's probably some different plays we probably could have called down there instead of try to wedge it in. But we're gonna have to live with that, and we did execute the field goal, didn't execute the onsides, and that's with 2 of them, you wish you could recover 1.
All right, 4 turnovers to none, 10 penalties for 115 yards. You had momentum at times, and there were some exciting plays that you guys made, but did you ever really feel like, the final score looks kind of close, but when did you feel, did you feel good about your chances at any point? It's even not the first drive, right? You got a guy in the end zone, got catching the ball, and then gets called back. So, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm really asking a question. I just wanted to get your comment. You kind of alluded to it earlier. It seemed like you always needed to do a lot of things in order to really be in it.
Yeah. Yep. Some of these games have been we're in control, lose it at the end, right? I think this game was a little bit opposite. I think we hurt ourselves enough to play catch up a little bit, and try to chase a little bit and try to keep in striking distance, regardless of, all the mistakes that we've made. I think the dagger was probably the pick six at the end, but at the same time, these we're in it, right? We're in it. We score. We stop them. We score. If we can get a stop right there, we're right back in it. And so we let them score, and it's just complementary football is what we need to learn how to play, and just continue to just do our job and not make the mistakes that we're making right now.
So what you're proud of is that they never gave up.
Proud that they never gave up, man. I am. I'm extremely proud of these boys. And and through these hard times, Dave, they're learning. They're learning. It's hard lessons, and sometimes you need that, right? But at the same time, go back to work is the message. Go back to work even harder. Yeah.